still acceptable to drink a nice coffee? Even though it may be pouring rain outside, today we are talking about my summer TBR. I'm going on vacation next week. I'm actually gonna check the weather right now. It's 30 degrees and the UV is 10. I can't wait. I can't wait. Okay. I've picked up 15 books that are on my summer TBR and that I really, really want to read this summer whilst I'm laying on a beach with a cocktail in my hand. So let's go through them. We're starting off strong. Everyone and their mother has read this book, but I haven't. I've been putting it off for 2 years because I have such high expectations for this book and I'm so scared that I'm gonna be left disappointed. The first book on my TBR is Beach Read by Emily Henry. Again, such a classic. Everyone has read this book. Everyone and their mother and their uncle and their cat has read this book, but I haven't. And I'm taking this with me on vacation next week and I'm gonna read it on the beach. In this book, we follow January and Gus, and they both are writers and they both have a writing block. So they switch genres and work on each other's book, which is so cute. And I've heard so many people say that it's perfect and that the banter is amazing. And also, it's a great summer book. Look at the title. And I think I'm gonna love this book so much, and especially reading it on the beach. Next, I have You and Me on Vacation, also by Emily Henry. I've also not read this book, and I want to read it on vacation. So guess what? This one's also coming with me in my suitcase. I know, I'm very behind, but I'm very excited to get into it. In this book, you follow Alex and Poppy, and you follow them over the course of multiple summers. And then one summer, everything kind of goes wrong. And you follow that shit unravel. Perfect summer vibes. Literally. Next, I have Same Time Next Summer by Annabelle Monaghan. I bought this book on accident, which I know sounds fucking insane, but it is genuinely true. I was just not paying attention, and then I ordered it, and I was like, huh? Why did I? That was not what I was trying to do. But it's fine because it sounds like a really good book. I actually meant to order Nora Goes Off Script, which is on my TBR as well. But now I just have both of them. In this book, we follow Sam. She has a fiance, a stable job, and her life is pretty much on track. And then when she goes to Long Island to go to a wedding venue, she runs into her first love, Wyatt. And just all of these memories come rushing back to her, and she's kind of torn between, is the life that I right now have with my perfect fiance and my white picket fence, is that really what I want? Or do I want Wyatt? And it's also a very short read. It has under 300 pages, so I'm very positive about this book. Then I have Nora Goes Off Script. This is by the same author, and this was the one that I wanted to order, but then I ordered this one. I'm just a girl. In this book, we follow Nora, and she's a romance screenwriter, and then her husband walks out on her and her 2 kids. Men genuinely suck in every universe. Anyway, so instead of dealing with that via therapy, she decides to write a movie about it. And then it actually gets picked up for the big screen with A-list celebrities. And they're going to be filming it in her home. And then the world famous actor Leo Vance arrives on her doorstep, and he's going to be playing her ex-husband. But it turns out he's really different from him. But Nora's like, smash. And I love a book where Hollywood or actors or famous people are involved. For some reason, I really like that. I think because deep down, I genuinely do think that I am meant to be a star. Please, I'm a star. Again, another cute short read. It is under 300 pages. This is gonna be great. Next, we have One Last Shot by Betty Kiyute. Sorry for butchering your name, but I really wanted to have this book for no reason. I was looking forward to reading this book for so long. Genuinely, when I saw that it was coming out in I don't know, I think it was maybe even December that it was coming out this summer, I was like, I need that. And I pre-ordered it and I got it. So I'm so excited to read it. In this book, we follow a supermodel. Again, a famous person. I love that. And her name is Emerson, and she has this marriage pact with her old best friend Theo. He's actually a photographer. So when a couple of years later, after they made the marriage pact, her phone goes off. It's Theo. They're shooting a campaign in Italy. She's like, oh my god, wait, actually we're both single. It's gonna be great. But then it turns out that Theo actually hates her, and she's like, what happened? happened? That sounds so cute and so fun, and later this summer I'm actually going to Italy myself. I'm going to Milan with a friend, and I'm definitely gonna be bringing this book. Next, we have a pretty new release I have just for the summer by Abby Jimenez. I can't wait to read this. Abby Jimenez, I love you. I literally never stop doing what you're doing. All of your romance books are so fucking good. And I've heard so many good things about this book, and it looks so cute and fun, and it's Abby Jimenez, come on guys. In this book we follow Justin and Emma, and they both kind of have this curse where the person that they date right after they break up, they find the love of their life. So when Justin dates a girl, they break up, and then the girl goes on and finds the love of her life, and Justin is kind of left there like, oh, right, great, yeah. And he makes a post about this online, and then Emma's like, oh my god, me too, girl, me too. So guess what? We are gonna date together, and then we will break up, and then we will find the love of our lives. Except, guess what? They are each other's loves. I love that. That is so cute. I'm gonna be giggling and kicking my feet whilst reading this. I just know it. Next, I have Swift and Saddled, the second book in the Dawn and Dusted, and that's not what it's called. This is the second book in the Rebel Blue Ranch series, I think. The first book is Dawn and Dusted, this is the second, and the third book is coming out later this year, I'm pretty sure. I read the first book, and it was my first cowboy romance, which I'm so embarrassed to admit on the internet that that's actually a thing that I read. But I did, and I liked it. So, I'm reading this. In this book we follow Weston and Ada, and Weston is the brother of the main character in Dawn and Dusted, I'm pretty sure, so they're interconnected. Love that. And Weston is expanding and renovating his family's ranch, and he needs an interior designer because shit is not great. And then Ada rolls around, and Ada is very much like, fuck men, I don't need men, and I'm also an interior designer, so of course they have to work together, but they can't stand each other, but then they also love each other. Sublime. Next we have Mary Jane. This book takes place in the 1970s in Baltimore, which is a vibe on its own. In this book you follow 14-year-old Mary Jane, and she's a very respectable lady from a very respectable house. She sings in her church's choir and shit like that. And then for a summer job she goes to nanny for the kids of the local doctor, which is also very respectable. But it turns out that the doctor's actually like having a kind of group therapy thing with a bunch of rock stars. And all of a sudden, tiny little Mary Jane is like, oh. It's like, oh, what do you mean you're doing drugs? This is a vibe, and it's kind of giving Daisy Jones in the Six. Next, I have The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren on my summer TBR. I really wanted this book for no reason, because I haven't heard anyone say a good thing about it. I hate the cover. I thought I was gonna get the pretty green cover, and I got this. So to say that I was disappointed is an understatement. This is literally atrocious. This is the ugliest cover I have ever seen. Why would you do that? This is worse than Icebreaker. The colors are god-awful. They don't match. The yellow. In this book we follow Anna and West is the heir of a very big, like, $1 million company. And in order to get his inheritance, he has to be married. And a couple of years before that, Anna and Wes got married so that they would get like a discount on college or something. Don't know how that works. Americans baffle me every single day of my life, but it's fine. They got a discount and now they're still officially married. So he's like, yeah, fuck yeah. I'm milking the fuck out of this, and I'm gonna pretend we're the happiest couple alive so that I can get my $1 million inheritance. But Anna is pretty much the opposite of what Wes's family would want for him. So it's gonna be a little hard to actually convince them that they're together and happy. And then of course, they end up falling for each other. If there are 100 fake dating trope lovers, I'm one of them. If there's one fake dating trope lover, it is me. If there are 0 fake dating trope lovers, I have died. Next, I have The Summer Will Be Different. I know nothing about this book. I saw this in Sarah Caroli, her Summer Rex book video, and I was like, I need to have that. And now I have it, and together we're gonna find out what the fuck it is about. Oh, best friend's younger brother. In this book we follow Lucy and Felix is actually Lucy's best friend's younger brother, but when they first started fooling around, she did not know that. And now every summer when they come to Prince Edward Island, where Felix lives, I'm pretty sure, they fool around, but they promise to keep it casual. Is it casual now? But is it? Next I have another Emily Henry book. Happy Place. This is a hardcover, which pisses me the fuck off because I don't want to bring this with me. I don't want to read a hardcover on the beach. I hate that. I did it myself, but I hate that. In this book we follow Harriet and Wynne, and they go on a trip together with all their friends every summer. But this year they've actually been broken up for 6 months, but they decided not to tell anyone on the trip. All of Emily Henry books just sound so fun and cute, and she has the perfect romance book recipe, so I'm so excited to read this. Next I have Hotel N Tucket by Ellen Hilderbrand. Is that a fucking wasp? Shut the fuck up. Is that a fucking wasp, bitch? Next I have the Hotel Nantucket by the one and only Ellen Hilderbrand. I have not read a book by this author yet, but I've heard so many good things about it, and I've heard so many people say that this is the perfect beachy vacation book to read on the beach. So you bet your ass that that's exactly what I'm going to be doing this summer. In this book we follow the manager of Hotel Nantucket, and she's trying to, you know, up its game. She has an influencer and a very rich investor. She's like, let's get this shit going. But in 1922, the hotel actually had a big fire where a 19-year-old chambermaid died. And ever since then, guests have been complaining that it is haunted. And next I have 28 Summers, also by Ellen Hilderbrand. In this book we follow Mallory and Jake, and even though they're both happily married to different people, they still get together every summer to... which is kind of... I don't know how I feel about that. Mallory then receives a pretty scary diagnosis that puts her future in doubt. So they rekindle together for one last summer. That's actually gonna be really depressing. I'm not sure if I want to read this on the beach because I might cry on the beach. So if I want to break my heart and cry this summer, this is what I'm grabbing. Next I have a couple of books that I don't have the physical copies of. I'm starting with When in Rome by Sarah Adams, I'm pretty sure. Duh. I need to read this book. Again, I've said this 100 times, but I've heard so many good things about this book. In this book we follow Amelia Rose, and she's a pop star, but she needs an escape from the Hollywood life, so she drives down to Rome in Kentucky. And there, her car breaks down on the lawn of Noah, and Noah is actually really busy with the pie shop that his grandmother left him. So he's like, I don't need all your shit, but you can stay in my guest room for a night, and then you can get the fuck out again. But, of course, they fall in love, which is just so cute. The next books that I have on my summer TBR are a series, and it's the Winter in Paradise series by Ellen Hilderbrand. In this book we follow Irene, and her husband suddenly died on the tropical island St. John, and when she goes there to figure out, hey, why the fuck was he even there in the first place, she finds out that he actually had a whole second life that she didn't know about. That sounds so mysterious, and I can't wait to read it. So these are all the books that I have on my summer TBR for the summer of 2024. If you have any other recommendations for me, comment them down below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. Love you. Bye.